Everybody, it is me, Buppy Park. We're here to finish Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy. No, not the trilogy, just the first game in the trilogy. Episode 5. We are gonna not stop until we finish this game. We have 2 trials, I assume, to go. I'm assuming this is also a very long game, so we probably have a lot of stuff to talk about. But yeah, the goal in the docket is to finish this game before... Is it Valentine's Day? February 24th? Is that the 24th? I think it is. Anyway, the goal in the docket is to finish this game before I can play AI, the Somni Files, Nirvana Initiative. So that'll be... I'm excited for that. But I'm also excited to finish this game. You know, we'll see what happened, because I don't know what the fuck is going on. Apparently a murder happened in 2 different locations, or did it? So, Emma, how's it going? Also just realized I misspelled your name. I don't know why I thought it was 2 M's in the... Well, looking for a gif of you, but it's fine, whatever. So, what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. None of us know what happened. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope it didn't hold you too long for questioning. Yeah, we couldn't even talk to our own client. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all matters now. Goddamn. So, how'd it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? I think it means that she's gonna confess and then be like, well, I'm gonna get off pretty scot-free on this. By scot-free, I mean I won't do as much time. We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But, Lana, don't tell me you... Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Miss Sky. We found trace evidence of certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belonged to Officer Jake Marshall. You know this person, do you? What kind of trace evidence? Bloodstained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall? We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. By that sounding, it seems that we're all in slight agreement that Jake Marshall probably didn't do it, but it's time to delay the trial again. Filibustering. Oh, filibustering. It's always a fun thing to do in this game. In real life, not so much. That depends. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. And if you filibuster this trial again, Phoenix Wright, I will fucking have your neck. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is... Why are you huffing already? Come on, don't do that. Don't remind me of On Karma. I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes per police car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. I like how we're just getting into it, huh? Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things. Nah, he does. You know, well, I'm also not on top of things. I haven't checked my audio. Hang on a second. I sound good. Sorry about that. I'm on top of things. Actually, no, never mind. I'm not. I'm not on top of things at all. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. Oh, hello, Verde. Thank you so much. I just wanted to be sure. Sometimes my mic messes up, and last time it happened, it made my voice sound way deeper than it did. Almost like I had a voice changer, but I don't. It just glitched. I remember it was during the while I was playing Metroid Dread, and that happened, and it was like, what the fuck? Well, I listened back to it the entire stream, and it was inaudible because it sounded like that. It wasn't. My mic wasn't picking up my sound, and it was just like cutting out. So that was funny. The entire stream is just terrible. So if I move the mic, that's what happens. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait. Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness to the stand. Oh, it's first witness. The prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Oh. Him, yeah. Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. Let this man go. He wouldn't kill a fly. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I am Officer Mike Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir. Oh, God. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir. Actually, what we'd like... No, sir! Oh, she was part of the younger generation, sir. I mean, he is a cop. Is he? I feel like he's a mailman for the cops. I don't know. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Help me, sir. I was almost confused at that. I thought that was him again. Mr. Meekins. No, it was the judge. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir. As you wish. After all, I'm part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. What's wrong with you? You can't fault him for his lack of enthusiasm. How old is he? He does look like a teenager. Just in that overgrown suit. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. It's like, hello. I was the only one what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. This is self-defense, even if it is true, which I don't think it is. So, the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you. Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. When you fainted, and colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. You knocked me upside the head, sir. Oh, such great medical training. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. Crime report, sir. Huh. Not your normal duty. What is your normal duty? I kind of want to know. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes. Now there's a scary thought. He's in charge of hiring the new recruits. Evidence transfer was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. How is the charge regarding the Blue Badger, sir? The Blue Badger? The fucking mascot? Who would do anything to that? Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the chief of detectives, sir. It's like it would play some fucking music to this black screen. This looks like a horror movie. I was sure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. It was. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. I see. Sounds like a very, important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Okay. Tell us, what did you see when you got it there? Suspicious man. I'm just gonna press everything at this point. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? Oh yes, please tell me what the number is, so I can fill this out. There it is! I found it! This is the one right here. I swear it's all 7s. Would you please read us the number? Yes, sir. It's 4989596. That's my number, sir. Okay. Let's see. Huh. But the number 4989596 is shown being used twice. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The first time when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room, and then the second time when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see. So was during that second time when? Yes, sir. That was when I spotted the man on the security screen. Now I know everybody who entered. Okay, it was good to press that. I thought it wasn't that important, but it was. Suddenly attacked. Like, how was he attacked? You know? Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir! A knife! Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. An octopus, what a metaphor. That's how I got this gash on my head. Actually, you said the word like. I think it's a simile. I forget which one it is. Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be. When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I fought for my life. Then I did it. What exactly did you do? Like, you gotta be specific. I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched the knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. I see. He must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood. And then the next thing I knew... Yes? He punched me right in the face, sir! Boop. Right in the schnauzer. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. Who is this officer? Give me an... About what time did you regain consciousness? Oh, offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right. I mean, you could have looked at a time when you woke up. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. I returned them to the entrance before things got out of hand. Oh, get all that's easy now. The Blue Badger's defending us. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins. With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was in my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered to me just this morning, sir. Oh, Chief Gant, huh? Oh, yeah. The chief delivered it? What is that? Oh, a videotape? Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room. What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like a communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word, murder, sir. It scares me. Okay. A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? Bunch of some chips. Oh my god! It's him! The real murderer. Where's the 3D model? Five Nights at Freddy's looks sick. It does. .3D model Officer Meekins, no. Be careful. Oh no! Then things happen. More things are happening. I'm not sure what's going on. Sad that the thing is turning around. Why is it turning around, by the way? Is it... I guess that's how the camera works automatically. There's Meekins just on the floor, but the victim is gone. That was it. Where'd it go? Just disappear? Teleport out of the room? It's like, what the fuck did I just say? Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. How did he not know what that was? It's the Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Video from the security camera placed in the evidence room. Yes. Well, anyway. This tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter, someone in the evidence room. And some sort of, activity? I don't know. All we know, when they panned to the other side, they could have just been making out. But then it went awry. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir, as you wish, sir. Mystery Man. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker and required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. Okay. What's this about a fingerprint? I don't know. Could have taken Goodman's hand. Goodman could have been dead by now. They took a finger of him. No, actually, no. It would show up if he was missing fingers. Huh. I got it. They killed Goodman already. So he hid his corpse in his trench coat. He's actually just a small person in there. And so he just then moved Goodman's dead body onto the fingerprint scanner. And then that's how they also fought Officer Meekins. You know, was controlling Goodman's dead corpse. Yep, I got it. It's kind of like you ever seen Ratatouille the movie? How the rat and Linguini's hat just controlled him like a puppet. Yeah, it's like that, but it's a dead corpse. Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Weekend at Bernie's? I've never seen that movie. I only know Ratatouille. But if a thing like that happened in Weekend at Bernie's, then yes. Yeah, probably did. It's probably the same thing happening here. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. And that's where I have to start. No question. Except for the fact, on this ID, does it say Goodman? Yes, Bruce Goodman does come in. Yeah, okay, so it does back up what happens here. Miles Edgeworth came into the thing for some reason. Then Mike Meekins went to go and take out the... No, put in the Badger mascot, and that's obviously why it's there. Then Bruce Goodwin comes in, and Mike Meekins is like, I have to go check on the Blue Badger. And it's like, wait, what is that person doing in there? And then Mike comes in again. It's an 80s movie, so I don't blame you. Yeah, I'm a 90s kid. Only 80s movies I've seen are like, probably Back to the Future. That was a good one. Okay, what about the fingerprint stuff? Marshall fingerprints, fragments, evidence locker. Indicator lamps up when it's open. Extremely thin rubber glove. Wait a minute, could you have gotten the fingerprints from there? I think it's time to start saving the game here, so we don't lose too much shit, too much health. Unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker. How do you know that information? I've heard rumors, sir, from the people in the know, sir. People in the know? The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir. That's not really important to the case right now. For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. No one else could have unlocked it. But he got that from the locker and they left it there? Or maybe... Half-written document dated only submitted by the chief of police. Recovers fingerprints from handprints for comparison with fingerprint file. I don't think any of these are helpful right now. I should just press them, because right now I'm not sure what I can contradict here. However, the most important detail is not shown in the video. The man's face. Sir? If I may say something, sir? Please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, if that was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock, and it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. Is there a problem with the security video? It has to be. Obviously, regarding the video contained on this tape, there's one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? The video contained such a contradiction? Interesting, Your Honor. I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I suppose we have the defense point out to us the alleged contradiction in the video. You would want me to point it out? Very well. Proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of. I have to point out a problem with the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Oh, that's good. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates the man may not be a Detective Goodman? Alright, so this is happening. Oh, I see when he comes by. Look at that swagger. Wait a minute. Look at his arms. What the hell? Look at his arms. The thing that's strange about this video would have to be this. I need to use my eye drops. Well, I don't get it. Look at his hands. They look. Oh, would you mind if I borrowed your eye medicine? Don't look at me with those bleary eyes. Just play the video again, please. Just remember one thing, Mr. Wright. Every time you point your finger, someone gets hurt. That's the one pointing the finger at us. Got it. Oh, I'm surprised I don't lose any health for that. 5 into the FNAF music. Let's see here. The glove fell off. Why did the glove fall off? Was it just stuffed in there? You think it would... Did he toss it away? I like how the little thing actually blocks his face. Hang on, watch this. Blocks his face, the flag. Wow, what a bunch of jerks. Comes by with the baton. Something about the glove falling off is very peculiar. We do see him open it, right? Yeah. Opens it. Bloop. Let's try the glove falling off. Mean. Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Wright, but you seem to have forgotten the point of this exercise. The point? What you are looking for is one thing and one thing only. Something that indicates the man may not have been Detective Goodman. Oh, yeah. Ew, I almost walked right into the defense's trap. I'll place him under arrest, sir. Rats, I need to slow down and tackle these things one piece at a time. That was just a different fail state. Cutscene. Okay, play the video again. Fuck. Was it bloodied? I don't know. I feel like it has to be when, fast forward there. Fingerprint. It follows his face, are you kidding me? This is difficult. I'm gonna be listening to this music for a while if I don't figure this out. I'm bleeding. This knife, this suit. I misclicked. We won't. I wonder if there's anything in this video. It has to be, right? I mean, the game pointed it out. Made me say, made Phoenix like, oh yeah, no, there's something in this video. It has to be. Wooden muffler. Floor plans, crime photo, victim shoe, switchblade knife. I'm so close but missing a step. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right for me. I have to load the volume in my headset. This thing is gonna go make me insane. Tagged evidence from an extremely thin rubber glove. It was bloody also. A piece is missing. Walking away. I wish I could zoom in. Is that... You know what? I'm just gonna say present this. Does anything turn yellow if I need to present it? Don't think so. Cause something is weird about how he's opening that. And they know that this part is hard. They don't even make you lose health when you do this. Maybe I should return to cross-examination. Maybe I need to know something that he says by pressing him and then I can look through the video. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, that handprint there has always been there? I thought it was by this guy. Turns around and stabs. That's one long knife. Ah! Oh god. You're so close, I'm dying. How close? Oh my goodness. Maybe I'll give it like 5 more minutes and I'll just ask you. Cause I don't mind asking if it takes too long. You know what, let's see. What time is it right now? It's 2:30. Alright, 2:35 I'll ask you like if I still don't get this. And it's like, alright. Just tell me. Oh boy. I've always been suspicious of this though. There's like a weird handprint here, and I thought maybe if you walked by and you put the handprint on there, but no, the handprint's still there. It's always been there, so whoever this person is. Just rewinding here. There's paint. There's a fight breaking out. I don't know if this is important. It also doesn't help that I last time I did the investigation portion was a couple days ago, like a week or so ago. So if it was a thing that they said during that portion that would lead me to this, then I probably forgot. Maybe his hand. There's something moving to court records. 584129. Da, da, da. Dancing in the evidence room at the time of the murder at the PD. Due to loss of blood. I don't know if any of these would help. I was looking at this and, I mean, it checks out what he said. It happened almost near instantaneously, went into that room. Like back to back. With that ID, at least. With the Bruce Goodman ID. We still don't know who all those 7s are, but I mean, past case of Edgeworth. Have written document dated 2/21. Can only be submitted by the chief. Please. I remember it's 5/9. It was writing 5/9 something. Maybe I actually came up with a crackpot theory that was the real number was 49 something, but I mean, I don't know. That was the case, and I don't know why he made that mistake, and then he just stopped writing. Can I look at this glove? It says SL9 incident 11. Let's talk about it. This is another piece from the murder case. Zag? Is that a word? You challenge me? What are we playing? A word game now? Just started saying random words. That didn't help me at all. Only assigned detective sprints can unlock it. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open. Wait a minute. Lights up. It was already open! What the fuck is this? Strange about this video, it's gotta be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? I can't believe I forgot about that. Oh, man. As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. Now, see, this is why I shouldn't be doing these investigations and then the trial, like, days apart. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint if it's a match. Beep. Light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's why I understand it. So why is this music still playing? If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. Oh yeah, it was already open in this shot too. It's been open. How long was it already open for? And why? This just keeps giving me more questions. Did they set it up? How? Maybe the first number that was inputted, like around 4 o'clock, is the reason why? When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind a little to a little earlier. Walking backwards. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit! Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Just joking. Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When the door is shut, a sensor is triggered. And the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know. It must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert on this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh, well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouth shut. What? Did he just insult himself? So then, Mr. Wright, you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes, why wasn't the locker locked? Your Honor? I don't know. Because he propped it open, probably. Wait, the glove! The glove fell off because it was propping the door open. Oh, that's why it fell off. Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, me? Maybe something like jam the system sensor. Something jammed the sensor. Say, there's something else that seems out of place in this video. Yeah, I thought so too. There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage. Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. You just skipped ahead. Alright, we can fast forward. I don't know why I put rewind. Yeah, I know what it is. I swear it's not this. Oh, let's rewind a bit. Look at that. Look at that, buddy. Look at that glove. It's weird. Fell off. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. The future 2016 only has black and white footage, by the way. What's this? Something white fell out of a locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are open. I often fall out and roll great distances when... Objection! We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? Keep showing his angle. You could just show like a couple. You don't need him walking by. They edited this in with like a couple more seconds of unneeded footage, but it's fine. Whatever. This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, it chokes me. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Rubber glove. Yes, an insulator. But at the crime scene? Yes, there just might have been something that fits the description. But sir, by insulator you don't mean... I think I finally got this figured out. Very well, will defense please present the relevant evidence? What was the insulator that was stuck inside the door? Where's the glove? There it is. Oh man, so much evidence. Here you go. I found this near the locker. A thin rubber glove. Well, we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Sir, it would have been so there. Stop choking yourself. Order! 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 So are we to believe then the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Objection! Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated a possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this. What? Oh, yes, sir, me, sir, yes. I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. That's funny, you saw Bruce Goodman. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke? It's all one big joke, Phoenix. Very well, begin your testimony. Mr. E-Man, do! There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his ID card. An ID card record, I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. The ID used at 514 is that of the victim. Just before the crime? Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room was only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination. Uh-huh. When you use their ID card, he could have stolen the ID card from somewhere else. Is that card hanging from your neck, one of these ID cards? Yes, sir. This card right next to my cuff, sir. I keep it here so I won't ever forget it. But what if someone were to steal it from you? Keeping it out in the open like that. Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car? Well, the remaining time, it's my ID card that gets stuck. And so the door closing, my ID card chokes me. What the fuck? Maybe I should just leave this one alone. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and prosecutor's office can attest to this. Someone could have stolen his card. He could have been dead by then. Please proceed with your testimony. We know about the record. Hold it. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID cards, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Now, how do you explain that? Maybe he just panicked. Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused. What? The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It sounds like Edgeworth to miss something like this. You think you're too hard about it. Come on, let's just show him what we got. I mean, we found this not on the victim's body, but somewhere just tossed aside, so anyone could have taken the card and then killed them later. Must have died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. That's a way you could say, like, oh yeah, he's been dead for a while, so someone could have taken the ID card when he was dead. Let's look at our new evidence. Gann requested this, to have Edgeworth go to the place, which makes me think that he's suspicious. It can only be submitted by the chief of police. Well, to the chief of police. Lockers, blood, lots of blood. I feel like I may be overthinking this. Who's this person at 4:20 p.m.? Blaze it. There's a record of it. Let me know that this is the record the witness referred to. Let me see. Yes, that would be it, Detective Goodman. What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. Yes, I went there. So it is, Your Honor. Maybe he's behind all this. Man, the prosecutor, he could hide the evidence. Mommy, that man is the murderer. Narrate him. It will seem the inquiry committee will want to speak to you again today. I have nothing to be ashamed regarding my actions or their consequences. But now let us continue with the cross-examination. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? It must be so difficult for him. Time of the crime, the detective had used his card. at the time of the crime. Okay. We're gonna go with, some random shit about him. Five 842-189. Keep talking with the name letters. Yabba-dab. Yabba-dab. I'm just gonna present this. It wasn't right. So obviously this won't, you know. Yeah. Alright. Loading the file. ID card used, there's a record of it. Detective used his card. We found the card a while ago. Yeah, okay, yeah, we found this card. It could have been used by the murderer. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not gonna wait, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. No, not this crime scene. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Could have teleported? Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. Lost item report. Only have completed. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Order, order! So, now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order! 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 Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Huh? Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo? Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not a Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is... Well, I guess that's right. And that means Goodman was killed in the parking lot. Oh no. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content to pointing out your finger around. This isn't going to end well. Well, well. It seems you finally realized what exactly you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means the murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. My guess is we got this video from that dude. Yeah, something. I can't remember his name actually. But we know, you know, the chief of police. Chief of police gave us this video. He gave us this video so we could find out that all of this was fake. And wants us to pin the murder on the person we're defending. Which, you know, we've done a terrible job. I don't know why we decided to try to prove that, the murder isn't indeed, fake here. But, I mean, it is a clue to figure out the real truth of everything. Because someone pretended to be Mr. Goodman. For some reason. I don't know why, but they did it for some reason. So, the real crime could only take place at one location. The underground parking lot. At the prosecutor's office. The murder being Miss Lana Sky, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Way to go, Phoenix. I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all just happened in the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. What if it was an accomplice? Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, we have to do something or else Lana... What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? To wait and see what happens. That is never the answer. That's never the answer to any of these. One moment, Your Honor. Objection! What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. And I almost walked it right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Swoosh. How many times am I going to see this video? I swear. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. There's so many things going on here. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Come on. Come on, Judge. Oh, you're just gonna ignore all this? This is a key part of the murder. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. Time to use your trump card. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Yeehaw! Mr. Wright, do you mean... Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh, whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear the person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify? What is his or her name? Got all these people. Damon Gant! It is him! He did it! I knew it! Hang on, I'm taking my soda drink. A sip of my soda over here. It's Coke Zero. No, it's Diet Coke. I'm sorry, I get them mixed up. Are they the same thing? Are they different? Diet Coke though. I'm definitely a Diet Coke type of guy. I also have Doritos, which is what I've been munching on while doing this. But okay, yeah, no, yeah, you're Marshall, yeehaw! Like that. Yeah, they do taste different. I think I like Coke Zero better, but I mean, if I can't find that, then it's usually Diet Coke. Yes, the gamer fuel. Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? Can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Hooray! Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. Imagine this whole 3-day trial is such a mess because it's like, imagine if it's like, oh yeah, he was asleep. We couldn't find him. It's like, well, I guess we have to wait for the 3rd day, or if we want the 3rd day, it's like, well, we can't find a witness, so guess Lana Sky, you did it. See you. There's no stopping you there, is there? There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out. I haven't figured anything out. Lana? You're the one who knows everything. Emma. You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Hold on! Well, I just interrupted this family moment. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later. No, come get over here. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run all around while on duty. And top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, Detective. You better be, pal. Hey. Hey! I didn't see you there! Chief Prosecutor Scott! That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Oh, you mean this, right? What the fuck is that? My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? What are you having me get? Could not be drugs. In a million years, would I have thought it was you who asked me? Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? Not even by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident. But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. These are a lot of files! Couldn't have given this to me a little sooner? I can't believe you. The chief prosecutor were a witness in that case. Miss Sky, a witness? Files for the Joe Dark killings solved 2 years ago. Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders. Oh, what? Now that I've brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Emma? But why? Why is your name in here? What? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SO9 incident, is that? They don't have parents. What happened to them? That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. Joe Dark? No, Lana. That's over with, no! Emma, wait! Oh, she ran away. Oh, God. Yeah, you know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. So I'm out of here. Can't relieve attention from that. I gotta go. Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Damon Grant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. I'm gonna take a good look at this file. Not the speed read! Should start skimming everything. Just that meme where you see that one dude just flipping through the pages like every second, and it just says, "This motherfucker ain't reading." Sometimes that's how I feel when like some people play visual novels and they just start like clicking so fast, and I'm like, these motherfuckers aren't reading. How fast are they reading? The court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Lana Scott. Emma didn't come back. Well, what can you do? Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Yeehaw! Are you drinking alcohol? There better be water in there. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trail of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Oh, I know. You're a patrolman. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? Desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. I don't know what he's saying. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English! Day of the crime. Please, don't be insane. My job is to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. Bone orchard? They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. Yeah, that worked out great. Good job. If I remember right, I was at the street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so you're out of ammo. It's time I hit the trail. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I don't know what you're saying. Why? I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. You just did! Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean, there's security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, but what about the fingerprint activated locks on the evidence lockers? Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? He's not being very helpful. He doesn't know that there are fingerprint locks on the evidence? What the? He's not good with machines or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses. Now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. Okay. What the fuck is a bone orchard? How exactly do you keep an eye on in the evidence room? I just made sure none moved and security cameras were on her. That room's so still. Even time doesn't there. I was just a caretaker who interred the recordings. Also, I'm getting a phone call. Hang on a second. Yeah, it wasn't anything important. Alright. I'm back to the yeehaw, and even time doesn't there. I was just a caretaker who interred the recordings. You interred them? Videos are not that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. How long is the time again? Because I heard, what, like 48 hours or some shit? If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. I swear, 6 hours. Can you guys not have a bigger budget? 6? I thought it was 24. 6 hours? Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but it isn't doing him any good. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. That ain't my style. It's your job! But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? You heard a word I said, partner. I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. No desperados I know join the police force. So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck to the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired? Look out. Mingly way. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems. Tell me more about that. We talked about it, but you just used to be a detective, so you've used evidence in a room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day of my locker was a gold mine of evidence. And yet you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism. Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. What? That's quite, incredible. It's gears. It's just gears. You move and the gears make the wheels. Okay. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It is well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Now that you mentioned it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too. Some detectives don't even know that they're there. That's just insane to me. At any rate, it doesn't seem to be relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? You were getting drinks? You were getting drunk. What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. You're eating spaghetti. Spaghetti. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that parlor's Vongoli sepia pasta. You mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles? Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. That's not what I meant. What the fuck? I hope this has at least taught you a lesson. That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, "Did you not want to raise this year?" I think Edgeworth just wants this witness to get the fuck off the stand, because I mean, it's perfect for him. The witness wasn't there, so like, whatever. I can prosecute away. Innocent traveling man. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall. That's right, partner. Or as you call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card in my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. Before I use it though, I better up the ante. Up the ante, so I guess I can't use that. That ain't my style. I guess I must present a way to tell him without using my trump card, which is this. To show that he was there. Somehow. This. Objection. Is this your number? Your Honor. Damn it! I forgot to save also, so that's a bit of my health gone. Just save here though. Was it the Street Side Saloon the time I went down? Oops. Oh, I was talking about spaghetti. It's okay, second. There's still so much more game to go. We're only on the second trial of the case. But welcome. I hope you're doing well. Hit the trail. Oh. That's not really a contradiction. $5.18. Maybe I should just use the trump card because I don't know what else to do. Unstable jar. Oh, that's, you know, that's good, you know, just in case, because you did say you were still feeling sick. But I'm using the trump card. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd that is you being called to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime, and yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Huh. This is real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, but make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be there. Objection! I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. Witness, what is the meaning of this? Your bloodstained fingerprints were at the crime scene? The blood was wiped away. However, the luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders What? I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall. How about the blood-stained fingerprints? Very well. You may begin your testimony about your fingerprints found at the scene of the crime. You got an alibi all ready to go. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in the evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See? Had nothing to do with it. You left a trail, didn't you? The witness's explanation appears valid. Although there's room for doubt. Life wouldn't be found without any doubt, partner. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. That's hiding something, I can feel it. Just so happened to be there? So then, what about the bloody handprint? It wasn't mine. It's no mystery. Please explain. My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. Piece is missing. Also now he's like, oh yes, fingerprints. I now know what they are. I know that those lockers have fingerprint sensors. When you didn't before. Completely unrelated. I feel like that's the thing I have to... Found in the bloody handprint. The print has been wiped. Do we just present this again? No, all safe. Trial ladder. Objection! I went to work to get that fingerprint, damn it! I did so much to do that. And you're trying to tell me they're unrelated? How dare you? The murderer was wearing gloves. Wait, what? How do you know that? How do you know that? Maybe a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a bloodstain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. It was found in Detective Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Yeah, I think we tried that too. So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprints. That's the only logical conclusion. Oh wait, now I remember. Was he wearing gloves though? Because in the video, I don't think he was. Remember that? That nice little video, the whole movie? Was he wearing gloves in that video? God damn it. Oh, 10 vials. Oh, damn. 10 of them. Like, it doesn't look like the murderer is wearing gloves here. Oh, I mean, I guess... Those look like nails. I don't know. The quality's terrible. There's blood over there. There's blood on his locker. And there's blood on this. It looks very incoincidental. Nope. The music continues to go. My reasoning for that one was like, oh yeah, because like, well, you know, they're very 3 specific locations, or like on that locker and this locker in particular, with blood. Ouch. Wait a minute. Maybe I picked the wrong statement to object to. Just happened to be. Let's try that. It doesn't count. It's always hard to... Maybe should keep pressing. Touched. Ooh. Hold it. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one could argue the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna go no reward for me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? Unrelated. They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. One's got to do with breakfast and the other's a type of murder. He's right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different. I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. Motherfucker, what? Scene of stabbing at the detective at the PD. That was helpful. The screwdriver isn't really helpful right now. From handprints for comparison with a fingerprint file. Do, do, do. I believe I did. But I'll do it again. How do you know that? Keep up with the reports. There's a blood stain at the scene. It says with Gumshoe's locker. That one had no fingerprints. We did try that. Wait a minute. I mean, you could argue then what if Gumshoe's fingerprints just happened to land on... Oh, I get that logic. I'm fighting against this logic? Hold it. I didn't press this one. That's because you, how do you put it, pay your respects once a month. Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine.
What? What do you mean?
I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. I see. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from the locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. Whoa! Found on the bloody handprint on Marshall's own locker. The print had been wiped. Now we know that it's his locker.
Are you starting to get the picture, partner?
The picture? This seal of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this. Security tape. So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise.
This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. On a continued testimony. But I got a piece of information updated. Oh, there's another piece of his cross-examination. Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? Objection, I just objected because I don't know. My bad. Press this one. What do you mean by that? You want to tell me this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. Objection! But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape. Or to enter the room. You don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now.
Yeah, I'll show evidence. Let's go. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake.
Now then, let us have another look at the video.
I'll save you. There's a lot of pressing, I guess. I just didn't have anything to contradict. Shows the incriminating evidence. God, this music again. Oh! Is that a glove? Look at those hands. Are those gloved hands? There. How's that for evidence? Please allow me to apologize for my colleague, Your Honor. He gets carried away sometimes. That doesn't look like a glove! Yes, well, this certainly isn't a first. You forgive him too, Officer Marshall? He's not a bad man, just a bit disillusioned. Of course, I'm not one to gun down unarmed boys. Oh great, now Edgeworth is defending me. I guess that means I missed the mark. No, I'm not. Bullshit. I have to prove that it's Marshall on the screen. Look at that. Look at his face. That could be Marshall. Hey, look at it. This is difficult again. Here, they're gone. Just vanished. There's nothing on this person that would make me suspect. Can I fast forward and it loops back? I think it does loop back. Something... No, it's not even a watch. I thought that was a watch for some reason. It's not a watch. His locker's viewable here, isn't it? That's supposed to be his locker, right? How about the blood? Where's the blood? There. How's that for evidence? Damn it. That's not for evidence. That is not evidence. I guess he would wipe down the blood as the camera just goes on its way. Getting warmer. Yeah, I feel like I'm on to something. Maybe it's just playing Where's Waldo. I should look at all the lights. Were they opened at one point? The evidence here. Wait a minute. Whoa. I saw it. Hooray for food! What you eating? But you know, I saw it. I saw you. Right there. Wait for it. Wait for it. What is that? Take that! Bringing our attention back to the security camera. It's a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. These days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Okay. Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. The locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Oh, McDonald's. Oh, yeah. I'm not a fan of their sandwiches anymore. I don't really eat from there anymore. They can still be good. I like their fries. Oh, the white cloth. It's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Order! Order! It would seem to hold your horses, partner. But you got the wrong man. What? So what if my locker was opened? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. At work? He's not gonna say anything because he's like, actually, it does.
The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault you happened to choose mine. Judge. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? Marshall, fingerprint scanners are... They take your fingerprint, and then you open the locker. This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. And the shortest line. Oh, weird. Sometimes I feel like... Sometimes those McDonald's lines can be pretty long. Depends on where it is. He doesn't know. Cue that image of the Riddler with text on it saying, he doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker? Oh yeah? I call your bluff. What bluff? What is that? You say I open that locker? Now prove it. Oh my guy. We've been through this! We've been talking about this entire time! Wait, I can press up and down just to go over to your page. Oh, I didn't know that. Wow. Alright, I figured that out right as we're ending the game. Well, we have one more trial to go to. Yeah, that one. Fingerprints. What tarnish? We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? My guy, please. Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, that locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on force that don't know about fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? Seen that beef jerky pretty rough. Only got one word for you, partner. No! He just that guttural scream. Gumshoe smarter than the cowboy. Order, order. Witness, explain yourself. This is a joke. It's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time. Ole! Please answer the question. Is he now a bullfighter? That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here. We got? Have a look at these floor plans. There is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right. The only possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? What the fuck does V and K mean? Officer Marshall was standing right here. But that's where the victim was. Detective Goodman was. Oh, well, I guess he is the victim. I guess that's what that meant. Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Victim and killer. I'm so confused because, like, the victim in this case is the person who just branded a knife and attacked the killer. So that's why I was like, that's not... Wait, what? I believe the victim in this video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman. Objection! But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. Objection! May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir. Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond? He suddenly pulled out a knife on me! Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on the ID card.
Oh, I get it.
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. You know, I would have, at that point, if you have his card, just find a way to, like, you know, Photoshop it on, or just put some tape on it. I don't know what you, come on. Maybe reproduce it, but with your face on it? Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall?
Got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence.
Circumstantial evidence?
That's true, you know, you're right.
He just understand fingerprints. How would he know how to Photoshop? He's still denying it.
You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I played dress up as the victim.
Oh, the cloth. That's what the cloth was.
Can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complain. This is the second time you complained about the beard.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. Yes, you do.
I can see the fear in your eyes, partner.
Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. I mean, I feel like the evidence is you opening the thing, but I guess we'd have to prove, you could have been lying on the ground, hiding somewhere, so, this can't be happening. All we can prove is that you definitively was in there. You could have just been in the blind spots. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics? For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Phoenix, try thinking outside of the box. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise, but rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place?
What do you mean?
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime, yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
Almost as if to stash his clothes. The fact that the white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside.
So just what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot.
Very well. Let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker and put away the white cloth.
Hang on. I want to see how the locker looks beforehand. Okay. No white cloth in there. The problem is, I know what I want to say, I just don't know how I want to say it. Like, he obviously just took his clothes off and then put it in there. blood on him. Disappeared. Ducking under. I mean, I guess I could present it again and just be like, hey, yo, it's, this. That's also, I feel like in Danganronpa sometimes where it's like, I know what I want to say! Why can't I get this fucking Hangman's Gambit? I'm just gonna do this. Alright, pardon. You really want to know the reason I had to open my locker? Why? So I could stuff you in there! Huh? But the world will be a better place to send you to the boneyard. Okay, I'm gonna save here. Just in case. Send me to the boneyard. Unfortunately, unsolved cases can be stored in the evidence room. Now I'm an unsolved case? He opened his own locker for some unknown reason. It took a while to just get back to that part. Hang on a second. Back and forth. Back and forth. Where's Waldo? Where's a new thing that's gone and missing? Cloth is in there now. We left the gloves out and about. And stabbing his hand, he had blood on his shoulder. Tried to get the knife off him, but won the fight. Also attacked him with a knife. Damn, he was ready to kill him. Am I looking at the wrong thing here? I can do slow rewind if I hold it. Ah, ba 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 ba. It's an armband? He has an armband already. Does he have two armbands? Could be his hat. Probably not. He's only got one armband. At this point, maybe I should just start picking random spots. Like this empty place. Yeah, empty it is. Where's the glove? Maybe he took the glove. Bloof. Oh. Got to skip through most of it. Some unknown reason. Let's go back to the 5-minute rule. Give me 5 more minutes. Not 3:59. I'll figure it out. But I should also save past. Oh, damn it! I can't save here. I clicked randomly by accident. Didn't mean to do that. But now we know it's not the mascot, or at least not that part of the mascot. Save. There we go. Should be good. So I have to go through all that again. Oh man, what is this? These are the tools that we used. Is there any white cloth tools that I remember using? I don't think so. Don't think they're important. Okay, so mostly references. Also, if he didn't know about the fingerprint sensor, how the hell did he just open the thing? That's a good question. Maybe it was already propped open for him. That's a different question, though. I don't think it's important to this right now. We can go back to the glove. Yeah, gravity. I'm mostly doing that because I keep forgetting that circle's pause. Wait, it has to be a little higher. Who put circle as pause? I thought X was the play. It's a glove. I put the glove back in there. What am I doing? Why am I skipping this? That ding, ding. Sorry, y'all have to hear this again. I mean, it's very FNAF vibes, so I guess, you know, it's nice. In its own weird way. I could click on the bloody cloth that he has right on there, like when he gets stabbed. Look at this, it's all bloody. It's all disgusting. There we go! For some reason you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. Alright, so I guess he hid the clothes because it was bloody? But I would have just taken off the clothes anyway and just been like, oh, no, Goodman wasn't here, whatever. So, like, alright, I get it. Still, I knew what the answer was. It's just like, that's fine. However, Officer Meekins panicked. The white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. Bloody white coat. You couldn't just walk out like that. And just take it off and then put it back in. I thought that was already his plan. Like, oh yeah, I'm disguised as a person who's going to be dead in a bit. I'm just going to take off my clothes now and just go back as me. Obviously he deletes the footage. I don't know. So you hid the coat in your locker. Like, I know that the coat was hidden in the locker. Not bad, partner.
A poncho in there. Not an Officer Marshall. Are you ready to tell us the truth?
Looks like I underestimated you all.
I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now. Now would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it.
Alright. It seems the time has come. Marshall's confession. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole a detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. I managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on camera. On the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
So to suppose the victim was really you.
But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. I guess as he's the donor. It was way too much blood for such a small donation. No, what the? When you say it, you mean the case, right? You even have to ask, partner. Yes, on that incident. 2 years have passed since that case was closed. It's going to completely end with a transferal that day. Not if I had anything to do with it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only the case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I want to have a look at myself. At it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. So why does he care so much about it? That day was my last chance. That's why Elaborate plan. Why'd you disguise yourself as Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did to fool the security camera. And the detective's ID card. I stole that the morning of the incident. Hooray! That's good, second. At least that's a good sign. And those are pretty accurate. Those are, you know. So that was really why. So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report. I returned his ID card, left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker by yourself. But he could because of a rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door? That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. For a reason, it was just not, oh, it got stuck there. No, it hasn't been planted. He's being set up to do something. I assume by the chief of police for some reason, but I mean because he was involved with the case back then. But I mean it could be anyone. Knocked him out. You brandished a knife. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off. Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID. I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year. did Edgeworth get so much influence? Oh, second did it. Oh, well, that's all the case. I guess we can go home, guys. Thanks for coming out, everybody. We know that second finished did the entire case. We could just end the game right now. See you tomorrow for the AI Somnium Pot. No. Anyway, he threw himself at me, and I ended up cutting him slightly. Sorry, I had to turn out that way. With me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? Oh, gross! Dude, there's a person's blood on it! You can't wash that away that well! I don't know what to say. So you knocked off Meekins out and... You're familiar with them, obviously. So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. Someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is on that day... no murder. I had a feeling we'd end up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I better take another look at those files. The files, huh? Files for Joe Dark killing solved 2 years ago. Incident SL9 closed. Perpetrator Joe Dark serial murder sentenced death. Victims Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall. That's a lot of freaking people, damn. There's no skies here. But head prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, witnesses Alana Sky and Emma Sky. Maybe they changed their names. That, no, if it is their parents. Or it could just be people that the Skies knew. Investigative Task Force Damon Gant, Alana Sky, Executive Investigators, the head investigator Bruce Goodman, investigators Jake Marshall, and Angel Star. We explained that the rubber glove was just put in there, just like whoop. After the crime was committed, did Angel Star have anything to do with this? Like, were they in on it together? Just like him, I plan to take out the evidence. No, I kind of guess that, because these are usually for contradictions.
plan to take out the evidence. Will a murder in the evidence room at 5:15. Uh-huh. I just bring that up. Aha! This. Print had been wiped. Well, you just plan to take out the evidence. What is this? What is this piece, though? Plan to take out the evidence. Nope. Am I trying to contradict here? I'm actually not sure. Maybe this one where he says I. But I already tried the big report. Obviously not that. What about this photo? I only put that because he said I, so I was like, well, obviously lunch. Hang on, maybe. Well, obviously they work together. It's not just him. I don't know. What? Let's go with the locker thing again. I'm not sure I follow. I thought. Nope. I keep getting stuck on everything on this case. This is a very tricky case. Did I press everything? I did that one. What, this one? Why Detective Goodman? Turned it there. Brandished a knife. Talked about the camera stuff. Hold it. But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What, are you blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker. Actually, no, I didn't. Ah, pressing! Why not? I opened the locker. The evidence was already gone. What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. Oh my god. Oh, have fun getting the Sonic Burger. Thanks for coming by, brother. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not the salary cuts are ever a valid solution.
Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. I can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why? I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is relating... What? Is that it? I had to do it that day. Couldn't just stand by and let it die. Why are we back here again? No, I didn't make it. Yeah, press him. Why? But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence locker. Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out. There's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why is he so concerned with the incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Oh, okay. Objection! Here's the balls. Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? I'm surprised I didn't get that. I read that thing quite a bit. Neil Marshall. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago, he received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? How do you guys not know this? You were there. You must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. The case fell into your hands. Well, what's his relation to you? He was my brother. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant and the deputy chief of police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. That jerk. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed, at least according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it. That's your reason for your insane actions. There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with the resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. That's crazy. This trial had basically a mini trial just off to the side, but still connected to this. It's insane. Also, here's my theory of what's going on right now is, what happened is, I assume Gant didn't only killed his brother, and that's what we're gonna find out And then Goodman was probably like, I figured it out. You killed him. And then Gant was like, well, I can't have you reveal that. And then kills him, you know, today. Is what I assume happened. And then also tries to frame it on her. Could be that. And the glove was there on purpose for him to try to, I don't know, open it up. It's difficult to say. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's gotta be more than just that. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky. Objection! But wait! A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Objection! Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. What? There's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery at the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me, this boy's got the draw on you, partner. You're not involved in this! All the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Sky, and the testimony of one Miss Angel Starr is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. Objection. I rest my case. Wait, let's all talk about this right now. This trial has reached its conclusion. There's no more room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time. Disproving the alleged murder at the police department. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty. Now then, the time for the verdict has passed. This court finds the defendant. Hold it! Emma, you're back! What the hell? Did you just push her? Your Honor, wait! Emma? The defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right? What do you mean, Wright? Mr. Wright. Are you this ghost guardian? Your Honor? Oh, in a sense. Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear him out. Mr. Edgeworth, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings. And she mentions it. The names of both Sky sisters were in that file. But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. I knew his fingerprints had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints was found on it, right? No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So, I ran over there and looked at it again. So, did you find something? No. Huh? Sorry. I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. Is that all? Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. Oh, goodness. I'm just an attorney. But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them... Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. Me. Oh, boy. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident, that was 3 minutes. The police department. Does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. There was one other one, yes. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, I can't be more of use. But still, if you can find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be... Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. If ever I needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? I know it's a object, but it's a partial handprint. That's weird. I mean, okay, it was wiped, but why was it wiped so haphazardly? Was the handprint already there? But most of it... How was it wiped like this? I object. This handprint left at this crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. There's 4 lockers in total. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use. The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? Oh, right, that's it. The unstable jar. Why are you here again? As I say back west, even a blind man can hit with buckshot. That is, so long as he's facing the general direction. It seems Mr. Wright's not sure which direction to face. So use the more evidence there is, the greater chance of me being wrong. Try to remember what the evidence room was like on the day of the crime. But this blood mark. Print had been wiped. It's only partial, but it's only a partial print. What does it mean? Was this bloodied? There's a whole huge pool of blood. Something missing in the floor plans. This is from case AI16. It could be ID card record, because like there's another number, we don't know who else entered here. We're missing another person, but they could have left. Miles went there and he left. So I don't think it's that. I had to guess. I mean, there is a huge pool of blood. We can just look at the floor plans. Let's try that. I'm trying to calm down. Let's try the glove again. He took out the badger. Right, yeah, he did take out the badger. Is that supposed to be a badger? I just realized that. What the fuck is that? That's not a badger. What the fuck is this? How is this a badger? That's not even... What? There's his flag though in this thing. His sash and everything. It's taped up a bit. What is the glove? I thought it was there, but why are they there like a weird way? At this point, we could just keep... I think we could just keep going to every piece of evidence. Just keep presenting all of them. Fuck it. There's Blue Badger panel. Was it there? What about that piece of plywood? The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force, defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. Please, the Blue Badger is not here. So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Blue Badger. The bloody mark was before the Blue Badger was there. Well, what? That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. What? Holy shit. I didn't actually know that. So that means... Well, just exactly what does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker. Don't look at me. I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. Emma? On that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in. Just one moment, I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice. How? One time it was captured on tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is the other time. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. Objection! That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim. Objection! You! The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, this does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. Objection. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? 420, baby! To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room. That's right. The blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well, then tell us. When did the first incident occur, as Mr. Edgeworth said? Proof must be presented. Proof that shows us when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. ID cards! If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would be required. An ID card? Oh! The ID card record! All sevens, baby! Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime really took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Oh! Oh! Miles Edgeworth, what have you done? Oh, 420 as well is there too. I never would have figured you had a nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot to figure it out. It couldn't have been me. Hope I ain't getting it. Afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminol test the blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. You would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. Well, that's 20 minutes, but yeah, sure. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the room. Evidence. Oh, you would have 10 minutes. 20 minutes, though? Not too impossible. Let's look at that chart again. There's only one other card number remaining. All sevens. Oh yeah, no, I remember. I thought he was talking about the all sevens. No, I know. 440 to 450. I thought he was talking about 420 to 440. That's why I said 20 minutes. Talk about a lucky number. Wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's why I guess. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with all sevens. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is... That's 172 many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I am unable to look up the owner of that ID card, at least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number all sevens belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire of such a person's identity. Objection! What? That's ridiculous! Just how? I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor office operates. Objection! I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask you a question. Yes. No, not you. To her. The defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana? She's over there? You don't get to talk to her. Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number, and it's not all sevens. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I wanted to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. Yes or no incident? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Oh man, you're bringing up old stuff, huh? Do you need the witness to repeat this question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least I did. Oh no. Lana? I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me and the investigator in that crime in the eye and say that you did? Oh man, it's heating up. Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. You kind of guessed that she did. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana, even if it involved forging evidence. Ooh. He just admitted to a crime, oh no! See, that's what I'm talking about. No. No! Oh my god, it's so loud, everyone! Order! 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 Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom. Oh god, we would have to wait until the following day. Just admitted to forgery, oh